Hi everyone, this is the first video and hopefully many more in collaboration with the Numismatic Collectors Facebook group. They are graciously giving away some very nice numismatic prizes and I have the honor of discussing the interesting questions posed by them and of course announcing the lucky winners. Okay, so without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so question 1. What are the main factors that determine a coin's value? Okay, so we start off with an easy one. As a numismatist, I'm sure you got this one right. A number of factors plays a role, but the rarity, which includes the survival rates of the coin, the condition, the demand for it, and the provenance, plays a large role in determining a coin's value. Proof coins are often more valuable than the common business strikes, but this is not always the case. It all depends on the actual mintage figures and of course on demand. Other considerations include the metal content of the coin, for example gold or silver, and then of course error or special variety coins, which can also increase the value of the coin. Now, some of our participants mentioned that the age of the coin plays a role. Now, there may be some truth to this, but this is usually not the case. For example, many Roman coins in the 200 AD date range are surprisingly affordable. Compare that, for example, to the more recent 1965 English 50-cent coin, which can easily fetch 100,000 rand. So question 2, what are the key differences between proof and business strike coins? Now, proof coins are specifically minted for collectors and are not intended for general circulation. A specialized process is used that emphasizes quality and detail. Highly polished dies and planchets are typically used for their manufacturing. The coins are struck multiple times to produce a coin with a mirror-like finish and frosting on the high points, especially for the modern proofs. Business strikes, on the other hand, are common circulation coins, and the emphasis here is placed on efficiency, with automation being key. Rapid minting using single strikes and planchets that have been prepared en masse. The difference between a proof and a business strike coin can sometimes be tricky to distinguish, especially for a newcomer, but if you look carefully for the cartwheeling effect, this is typical of an uncirculated coin compared to the mirror-like finish that you'll find on a proof coin. A proof coin also tends to have sharp details, which is the result from the multiple strikes involved. Okay, then question 3. Why are the 1931 Union of South African coins considered amongst the rarest of coins? Now, a combination of factors made the 1931 Union coins the rarest of the rare. The mintage figures for the 1931 silver coins are extremely low, with only 62 proofs and only a handful of business strikes for each denomination. Only 66 business strike 1931 tikkies were made, and of these only a handful survived. The sixpence, 1 shilling, 2 shillings and the half crown or the 216 had higher mintage figures but still very low when compared to other years. NGC lists only 3 tikkies, with the highest grade being a very fine. For the sixpence, only 24 coins are listed and just 3 of those are graded MS63 and higher. The shilling has 31 entries, with AU55 being the top grade. So there's not even a mint state coin shilling. The florin or the 2 shillings has only 2 graded examples, of which one is a MS63. That's a true treasure. As for the half crown, 13 have been graded, with the highest being an MS61. This means that of all these, only 6 mint state 1931 silvers exist. In case you are wondering, the value of these would be counted in the millions of rands. The populations have also remained pretty much steady, and the chance that more 1931 Union silver coins will surface is exceedingly low. Question 4 asks, why did the price of gold coins rise so significantly in the 1970s? Now, this is a very interesting question. Under the Bretton Woods system, gold was pegged at $35 per ounce. With the abandoning of the gold standard in 1971 by the US, gold was given free rein to fluctuate. Let's just say that, like Apollo 11, the gold price also went for the moon. People still regarded gold as a safe haven, of course, and that resulted in the price soaring. This had the add-on effect that any gold coins, like the historic sovereigns, and also the new kid on the block, the Krugerrand, to appreciate in value rapidly. Okay, question 5, we're halfway. What impact does the fluctuating gold price have on the value of South African coins? Now, this was to an extent answered just now, but let's elaborate a bit. When the gold price increases, the value of gold coins also increases in lieu with the gold price. Interestingly enough, though, gold coins with numismatic values, like for example the 1892 double shaft bond, tends to appreciate almost independently of the gold price movements. That's because the value of the coin is intrinsic to the coin itself, its numismatic value, its historic value. An interesting phenomenon, of course, also occurs when the gold price surpasses the numismatic value of the coin. This also applies to silver, of course. In these cases, collectors start to melt down coins for the intrinsic metal content. And over time, this autocorrects as the coins becomes more scarce again and the numismatic value increases. Okay, question 6. How does coin grading work? Name a few different grades that a coin can achieve. Okay, this is a very important one. Coin grading can be difficult and requires a bit of experience, but you get there eventually. The first step in grading a coin involves the visual inspection of the coin. Graders look for any signs of wear, scratches, and surface imperfections. Coin luster is the hallmark of an uncirculated coin. It is created when the planchet is struck with a die, causing the metal to flow from the center of the coin towards the edge. This produces microscopic parallel grooves or striations that reflect light in a very unique cartwheel pattern. It's also these striations that gets destroyed if a coin is harshly cleaned. Coins are typically graded using the Sheldon scale with ranges from poor to an MS70. Specifically, poor to fair, these are the P1s and F2s. Now these are heavily worn coins with minimal detail. Parts of the design might be completely missing and there might be just enough left to actually identify the coin. About good to very good, these are the AG3s, G6, VG8s and VG10s. These are coins with significant wear but still identifiable features. Then we have fine to very fine, F12, all the way to very fine 35. Now the coin will have moderate wear in these cases with most of the design elements visible. Some of the receded areas will be quite clear in these cases. Then we have extremely fine, XF40 and 45. Here we have minimal wear. And much of the original detail is retained. Some coin luster might even be still visible on the XF45. Then we have about uncirculated. These are AU50 to the AU58s. With these coins, there are slight wear on the highest points. And most of the coin luster, in other words, that cartwheeling effect, is still intact. Some AU58 coins might actually present better than MS60s. Then lastly, we have a mint state, which is MS60 to MS70. Now, these are coins that have never been circulated. So they have no wear on the high points. MS70 is a perfect coin, and they almost don't exist. Question 7. What are the recommended methods for starting a coin collection? Now on this question, a book can be written, and some of our participants have. If you're starting from scratch, start with what you have. Begin by going through your pocket change and trying to collect a coin from every year and denomination. When you find a better looking one, simply swap it out. This is cost effective and a lot of fun. Don't let anyone tell you that this is not a valid collection. It is. Now while doing that, try to read up on and learn as much as you can about numismatics. This includes attending meetings, fairs and shows, of course. Coin collecting involves people. Since so much of the knowledge is still locked up in people's heads, you have to talk to people. Over time, you'll start to develop a niche. Be patient. You'll one day stumble upon a coin and totally fall in love with it. You can then build your collection around that type of coin, whether it's a specific country or a series or even a theme, like for example Queen Elizabeth II, animals or perhaps birds or whatever the case may be. Now, if there's one piece of advice that I can give you, it is to buy the best you can afford. Start with the affordable coins in your collection. For example, let's say the Queen Elizabeth Union coins, if you're collecting the South African Union coins, for example. And then you buy the best in that series that you can. Just be very patient. It's better to buy one decent coin per year than 100 coins every week. That's cheap. And it's the journey that matters, not the destination. Also, remember to document your collection. This is paramount. Note the day that you bought it on and from whom, the price you paid, etc. You can also see if you made a profit then if you sell the coin one day. There are numerous online and electronic platforms that allow you to do this as well. But a simple spreadsheet works just as well. Or if you're getting tired of all these electronic things, record it manually. Whatever you do, keep a record. Question 8 asks, how should a collector properly store and care for a coin? Now, invest in high quality storage to keep your coins. This includes coin albums with sleeves, especially made for coins, but just make absolutely sure that the plastic is PVC free. My favorite coin storage mechanism remains the 2x2 Mylar flips, and these are readily available online. You also get albums to store these, allowing you to easily remove each and examine them up close. Plastic envelopes or flips are another option, but just be careful as many of these do contain PVC. And this can be very harmful to copper and of course silver coins. When a coin gets graded, it actually gets encapsulated and hermetically sealed within a hard plastic slab. These of course offer the best possible storage protection for a coin. The seal is also technically there to stop the toning process, to keep the coin exactly in the same condition when it actually got sealed. Of course, this is not always as cost effective, but it remains the safest for your top coins. Question 9 asks, name some known forgeries in South African numismatics and how a collector can protect themselves from these forgeries. Now, quite a few forgeries exist. Some include the 1895 gold half-bond, with forgeries being identified by NGC in May 2013, the 1928 South African gold sovereign, counterfeits recognized by NGC in November 2016, 1893 South African 2.5 shilling or the half crown, and NGC identified forgeries in November 2011 for this coin, and then of course the famous veldbond, struck in 1902. There are 6 known different forgeries of this coin, and it's advised therefore to only purchase coins that are NGC verified. Then of course the fake Krugerpond of the 1900s. Now, these are known as the Van Niekerk forgeries. No relation. And these are particularly notorious and have actually become collectible. Go figure. Then of course the Firebrand coin was also forged. Specifically the dates 94, 95, 97, 98 and 99. And this was discovered in the Gauteng area around 2003. Then of course that 1892 crown, and then some of these fakes do circulate and they can be quite difficult to detect. And then of course the 1931 silver coins, the silver union coins. The entire range of silver coins from this year, including the rare Tikkie, has been subject to forgeries. And it often involves the 1934 variety of the coin being altered or modified. So the 4 becomes a 1, and some of these are actually quite well done. So how can a collector protect himself? The easiest way is to make sure that when you buy a high value coin, that you only buy them from reputable dealers. I personally would not try to make a quick buck by trying to buy them privately. As a collector, I buy my high value coins only from dealers. I would gladly pay those few extra rands to make sure that the coin is in fact certified by a number of professionals. That by far is the easiest way to avoid any kind of forgeries. Question 10. What role do coin dealers play in the numismatic industry? Oh, that's an easy one. I give them all my money in exchange for all their old money. No, seriously. Coin dealers are the very lifeblood that keeps the community going. They play a pivotal role to connect collectors, investors, and the broader marketplace. They facilitate transactions between people that would otherwise never have met. Their expertise is second to none, as only the dealers with the best knowledge stand a chance to survive. They also have very intricate knowledge of market movements over time, since they buy and sell coins for a living. They are also the go-to source of truth when it comes to the authenticity of coins. And many dealers also offer international grading services. It's far easier getting a coin graded through a dealer than dealing with NGC or PCGS directly. And they usually do this for a very small fee, if at all. Simply stated, numismatics would simply not exist if it wasn't for the dealers. So in this iteration, we got 14 entries with some really nice answers. Now before I announce the winner, let me show you what is up for grabs. Now the winner will receive this beautiful 1 ounce silver coin. This is the 2025 Lion from the Big 5 series. A truly spectacular coin. Then for the runners-up, we'll have a few incomplete proof sets. Now it's relatively easy to find replacement coins to complete the set, so this is just to get you going. We also have some other freebies in the form of cases, coin capsules, and note binders. Now these will be given out randomly and will be in contact with you. Now a special word of thanks to our sponsors, David Botha, Vanessa Ungera, and Johan Ungera. Thank you so much. And then of course to Rudy van Heerden, who was the true glue that kept this entire competition together. This would not be possible for his input as well. So the winners. The winners of the proof sets are Anine Slabbert, Bruce Martin, Johan Anderson, and Konrad Skeppers. Congratulations. And then lastly, the winner of the 2025 1 ounce silver lion from the Big 5 series is Jan Kleynhans. A very deserving win. Our team will be in contact with you to arrange shipping. Congratulations to each of you. Now, if you wish to participate in the next freebie quiz, please join the Numismatic Collectors group on Facebook. I'll post some details in the description. Anyway, thank you everyone, keep well, and happy collecting.